All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're taking a deep look at a book that's become a true phenomenon, Patrick Rothfuss's The Name of the Wind. We're going to unpack what makes this novel tick, what makes it a modern fantasy classic, from its unforgettable hero to its intricate world, and, of course, the stunning prose that wraps it all together. Okay, let's get to it.
You know, the first thing that hits you about this book is how it starts. Most epic fantasies just throw you into the deep end. There's a huge battle, some grand prophecy, you know the drill. Rothfuss does the complete opposite. He starts with silence. And that choice, right from page 1, sets this incredibly unique, almost melancholic tone. It pulls you into a story that feels like a half-forgotten myth. It's such a brilliant way to hook you in.
So what's the big idea here? Well, it's actually pretty simple. But man, is it powerful. We meet this guy, Kote, who's just a quiet innkeeper in the middle of nowhere. But that's not who he really is. See, he's secretly Kvothe, a name that's whispered in legends. He's a supposed king-killer, a brilliant musician, a powerful magician. And for the very first time, he's agreed to tell his real story to a traveling scribe.
Now, the way this story gets told is absolutely key. The whole book is basically juggling two timelines. You have the present day at the Waystone Inn, where this older, broken version of our hero, Kote, is telling his life story. And then you have the past, which is that story, the epic, thrilling, and often tragic tale of his youth. We keep jumping back to the inn for these little breaks, and they act as this constant, haunting reminder of the man he eventually becomes.
And this whole setup, this dual timeline, it all leads us straight to the absolute heart of the novel, the protagonist himself. The entire book is really an exploration of this massive gap between the legend of Kvothe and the reality of the man.
And this is the question that just hangs over every single chapter. As Kvothe is spinning his tale, you can't help but ask yourself, can I actually trust this guy? Is he giving us the unvarnished truth? Or is this just another performance from a master storyteller? Is he a hero we should root for? Or is this all a massive cautionary tale? This right here, this lays it all out perfectly. It's the core conflict of the whole book. On one side, you've got the legend he's telling, this story of a fearless genius, a master musician, a powerful magician. But then you look at the man telling the story, Kote, and he's a ghost. He's broken and hiding from the world. The tension between these two versions of the same person is what gives the story so much of its power. So let's break him down a little. What makes him so magnetic? Well, yeah, he's a genius, and he's incredibly driven. But that brilliance, it often spills over into pure arrogance. He's proud, he's impulsive, and he makes some really, really bad decisions. But underneath all that swagger, he's just a kid who's been shaped by some serious trauma, which makes those moments when he's truly vulnerable feel so real and so human.
Okay, let's switch gears. We've talked about the man, now let's talk about the world he lives in. And specifically, we've got to talk about the magic, because it is one of the coolest, most celebrated parts of this book. So, the main magic system is called sympathy, and you can just forget everything you think you know about magic. No waving wands, no chanting abracadabra. Sympathy is treated like it's a hard science. It's much closer to physics or engineering, with really strict laws about energy transfer and consequences. It's something you have to study and master in a university, not something you're just born with.
But here's the thing. Sympathy is only half the story. The book gives us this amazing contrast between two different kinds of power. Sympathy is all about control, about learning the rules to bend the world to your will. But then there's naming, which is this deeper, almost poetic form of magic. It's not about control, it's about a true intuitive understanding of something. You don't learn it, you discover it. And this whole duality is a perfect reflection of the book's bigger theme of knowledge versus wisdom.
So we've got a complicated hero and this super original world, but the thing that truly makes The Name of the Wind special is just the way it's written. We have to talk about the prose.
I mean, people always say the writing is musical, and it is absolutely not an exaggeration. Reading this book really does feel like listening to music. The rhythm of the sentences, the metaphors, the way he can just nail a specific emotion with a few words, it all comes together to create something that is just flat out beautiful. The man can make a scene about arguing over tuition fees sound poetic.
And this gorgeous language isn't just for show, right? It's used to explore some seriously deep ideas. This is a book about how stories and your reputation can become even more real than the truth. It's about the difference between being smart and being wise. It's about how music can be the very expression of your soul. And running through everything is this exploration of loss, trauma, and the incredible power of silence.
So, after all of that,
we get to the big question, the one you're probably asking yourself right now. Should you actually read this book? Is this legend for you?
Let's be real about it. Let's look at both sides. On the one hand, the writing is absolutely top tier. The main character is deep and fascinating, the magic system is genius, and the emotional punch is huge. But on the flip side, the pacing is, let's call it deliberate. It's slow. Kvothe can sometimes feel a little too perfect at everything he does, and by design, the book leaves a ton of mysteries hanging. So if you're looking for a non-stop action fest, this probably isn't it.
So where does that leave us? When you crunch all the numbers from the sources we looked at, it lands on a massive 4.7 out of 5. And that's not just a good score. That's a signal. It's a testament to the book's incredible quality and the impact it's had, cementing its place as a true modern classic.
So here's our final takeaway, plain and simple. If you're the kind of reader who loves beautiful writing, who prefers a slow-burn character journey over a frantic plot, and if you love getting lost in a story with real philosophical weight, then yes, The Name of the Wind is absolutely for you.
And I want to leave you with this one thought. When you boil it all down, this book is about the power of stories. The ones we tell other people, and maybe more importantly, the ones we tell ourselves. They define who we are. So the final question is this: what story are you telling about your own life? Thanks for joining me.